everybody, I'm Mama Baird and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going through what I cook for my family. Sometimes I'm in the kitchen cooking breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I really want to encourage you to get in the kitchen and cook meals from things that you have in your pantry without having to go out and buy certain ingredients. So I hope this video inspires you to get creative and get in the kitchen. If you're new here, my name's Carolina. I live in Montana. I do a lot of pantry cooking, product reviews, and budget shopping on my channel. If that's the kind of content you're into, I hope you'd consider subscribing. I'd love to have you come join my YouTube family. I also have a Facebook group, Mama Baird's Homestead. Please come and join us over there. We do a lot of recipe sharing and just it's an overall great support group, and I'd love to get to know you. All right, guys, so let's get away from these animals. Let's get in the kitchen and let's cook up some grub. Hey everybody, Father's Day is just around the corner, and I don't know about you, but I'm constantly wondering what can I get my husband or my dad for Father's Day. Men seem to be the toughest to shop for, and they never really know what they want. They're just like, whatever you think. And that's why I'm happy to announce that I have partnered with Exter. It is a wallet company. This is a really nice leather wallet, and it has this little button here that you press that in, and then all your cards pop up. So it can hold cards right here in the slot that keep them from falling out. You know, I don't know about you, but the wallet falls off the table. My husband's always dropping the wallet and the cards go flying. So that's nice to have in there, but it also has additional pockets here as well as one on this side. It has this nice band, so if you want to put some cash in there, it is locked in. And that is a nice, smooth, good-looking wallet. I am happy to be able to give this to my husband for Father's Day, but not only is he getting the wallet, there is a Find My Wallet card that actually goes in here. It connects to an app on your phone, and it'll actually find your wallet. So it just gets stuck in there, you can't even tell it's in there. And then if you happen to lose your wallet and you don't know where it is, you can use an app to help you find it. I think that is amazing, because I don't know about you, but husband's constantly, wife, where's my wallet? Like, I don't know. I'm not the keeper of your things. He's like, yes, you are. You are, wife. So Esker is a fantastic company, and they are running a Father's Day special of 40% off. So this is the time to get it. Right now, they have this amazing Father's Day bundle that is 40% off. But with my code, you get an additional 5%, making this one heck of a deal. So make sure you use my link below and get the guy in your life a wallet that he can count on. Alrighty, let's get back to the video. For my first breakfast, I'm going to be making some pancakes. I have some bananas I need to get used up, so I'm just going to make a homemade batter. I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour here. I'm going to be adding 2 tablespoons of baking powder. And then I have this high-protein coffee drink mix that I've had for a while. I decided I'm just going to add this. I don't think that it'll add much flavor if we do. I mean, it's coffee and bananas. I think it'll be okay. And then I'm also going to add some cinnamon to this. I do like to usually add protein powder, so it worked out that I had that extra bit. And then I'm also going to be adding some powdered butter. I find that powdered butter works much better in baked goods than it does to actually reconstitute as butter. And then I'm going to be adding some brown sugar as well. You could also add white sugar to this. I'm adding brown just because that goes really well with bananas and cinnamon. So I'm going to mash up the bananas, and then I think this was 4 bananas. I'm going to add a splash of vanilla, and then I have 4 eggs here that I pre-scrambled. I'm going to mix in with that, and then I'm going to add about a cup of buttermilk. I did end up needing to add more liquid though, so you could add more buttermilk to this. You could add regular milk. Powdered milk works great, or you could just do water. So I'm going to be adding the wet to the dry and mixing this up. Once I started mixing it, I noticed that it was super thick, and I like thinner pancakes because I feel like they cook faster and they have a less tendency of burning because they're thinner. So I'm going to add a little bit of water to this, and I'm just going to keep adding water, especially because I added powdered butter plus powdered protein in there, so it's going to take a little extra liquid. So keep that in mind when you're eyeballing recipes. You kind of just need to add a little bit at a time and just know what to look for and why you're adding more. So I just kept adding water until I got to the consistency that I liked. And I'm going to be using my Weber grill for this. I can have this linked below. This Weber grill is under $100 and it works amazing. I love that I can pick it up and move it around. I can fit up to 6 pancakes on here if I do the smaller ones. Making grilled cheese is so easy. So I will have this linked below. This would make a fantastic Father's Day or Mother's Day gift if you know someone who loves cooking in the kitchen or has a bigger family. So I'm going to go ahead and flip these pancakes over. This first batch was kind of thick, and you can kind of see why I go for the thinner ones, because it takes a long time for that top to cook, and it's still raw in the center. I ripped it apart. I could see that it was still kind of raw, so I decided that I'm going to add more water just to make it thinner. But while I had these cooked, I'm going to go ahead and taste it and see how they taste to see if I need to add anything. I think they taste pretty good though, so I just added probably about another half a cup of water. And then this is the second round. You can see these are a lot thinner. I'm also taking the time to kind of push the batter around so that way it's an even thinner layer and there's not just a whole bunch in the center. I always like to put butter down to makes it nice and crispy. And then I'm going to add some sprinkles, and I always like to kind of push them in a little bit because if they're right up against the griddle, I feel like they burn. So I'm going to kind of mix them in, and then we're going to do mini chocolate chips for the other one. I have one kid who just likes vanilla and sprinkles, and then two that love the chocolate. So it kind of works out. And I'm going to do the same thing where I push it down and kind of mix it into the batter so that way when you flip it, the chocolate's not right against the heat and burns. So these turned out much better. I might have turned down the griddle as well. You kind of want to go low and slow with pancakes. Don't push them. And then I'm going to add a little bit of butter on top. You could probably skip this since we did cook them in butter, if that's what you would like. So just pour some maple syrup on it and we are good to go. For this next batch of pancakes, I'm going to be using a waffle pancake batter to kind of start. So I'm going to be using 2 cups of this, and that's going to be my base mixture. And then I have some strawberry banana protein powder that I've been wanting to start to use up. So I'm going to add 2 scoops of that because that's 1 portion. We're going to have 1 egg, and then I'm going to add some water, then a little bit of olive oil. I'm just following the instructions what to add on the package. However, I am going to probably need to add a little bit of more water, and I threw in a little splash of vanilla there because I added that protein powder as well, so that's going to make it a little thicker. The next thing I'm going to add is a little scoop of my homemade strawberry rhubarb jam. This is a good way to get some of that jam used up that you've been canning all year, and it adds a little bit of extra strawberry with that protein powder, and it adds a little chunk of rhubarb and stuff. But you do have to remember that this does add a little bit more sugar, so you want your griddle to be a little bit of a lower temperature. You don't want it to burn because you have that extra sugar in it, so make sure you are being cautious of that. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure it's nice and thin. We're going to give it a flip. These turned out really great. I'm very happy with these. And instead of doing a traditional syrup for the top, I'm going to add some whipped cream. Then all it needs is a little sprinkle of more strawberry jam on top of the whipped cream, and this could be restaurant worthy. Husband was very happy with this, and the kids were impressed with having whipped cream as the topping, so I hope you give this a try. Next, for breakfast, we are going to be making some cinnamon sugar rice. This is one thing that I remember from my childhood my mom used to make before I went to swim meets. I'm going to be using my Instant Pot, so we're going to put 2 cups of rinsed rice and 2 cups of water in here. If I was going to be making this for a savory dish, I would add chicken broth, but we're going to be using this to make some breakfast, so I thought water was a good choice. I use this based on my Instant Pot cookbook that I have. I can have that linked below. It's really good at teaching you the basics of your Instant Pot. We're going to take some of it out, and then I'm going to do a good chunk of butter. Now that I'm seeing this in the editing version, that looks like quite a bit of butter, but it's going to be quite a bit of rice as well, and this is going to get separated between the kids, so it kind of works out. And this is not necessarily the healthiest. This is just what I remember my mom making for me. Now I'm going to be adding brown sugar. She usually added just plain white sugar with cinnamon, but I'm going to be adding brown sugar because I have a lot of that and I want to get it used up. And then I'm going to be adding some cinnamon. I'm going to go ahead and mix this up. This is actually my first time using brown sugar instead of white sugar, and I really like that addition. This was absolutely delicious, and it's a easy, quick, go-to breakfast. For this next breakfast, I have some cinnamon roll bread that I have left over that kind of went a little stale, so I'm going to go ahead and use it for a French toast casserole. I have some sauteed apples that I did with butter and cinnamon sugar, so I'm going to add those to it. And then we're going to bake this. I'm going to have about 12 eggs. That works really well for the base of a French toast. And then I'm going to add about 1.5 cups of milk, a splash of vanilla, and we're going to get that all mixed up. Usually I would also add cinnamon and sugar to this, But since the bread is cinnamon sugar, plus the apples were cooked in cinnamon sugar, I decided to go ahead and forego the sugar because I figured it would be sweet enough. And that turned out to be true, so I'm glad I did that. Now that all the batter is poured in, you're going to be pushing down to kind of make sure that it's all coated in that, and you want the bread to kind of soak up that egg milk mixture. I'm going to add some crumble to it. This is just an oatmeal crumble that I made. It has butter, oatmeal, sugar, flour, cinnamon, and I'm going to add this to the top of it because I have it that I need to use up, and I think this would add a nice crunchy layer to it. So I'm going to add that, and then we are going to bake this for 45 minutes in a 400-degree oven. I did check it a couple of times and it was still kind of runny in the center, so 45 minutes turned out to be pretty great. And then I'm going to cut a piece of it. It would be better to let it cool a little bit. And then for the topping, I'm going to drizzle some caramel sauce. So this is kind of like a caramel, apple, cinnamon, sugar, French toast casserole. For this next breakfast, I'm going to be making a bacon, egg, and cheese muffin. I have a ramekin here. I'm going to rub some bacon grease around it, and I'm going to be cooking a turkey egg. This is the first time I've tried this. I'm also going to be cooking it in my air fryer. So we'll do this together and kind of see how it turns out. This is for my husband for before he goes to work, and he does not like runny at all. So I'm going to kind of scramble a little bit to make sure that that yolk is broken and that it cooks evenly. I'm going to put a little bit of Johnny's seasoning salt on there just to have a little bit of seasoning. And then I'm going to do this at 400. Let's do it for about 5 minutes and then we'll check it and see how it turned out. Oh, it's boiling. It's still kind of runny, so I'm going to keep cooking that. And I'm also going to put my English muffin in and toast that at the same time. So let's go back to air fry, and I'm going to do this for 3 minutes, okay? And then we'll check it. Oh, that looks good. Oh, it's got super toasty. Maybe a little too toasty. Oh yeah, that egg is done now. Just make sure it's cooked on the bottom. Yep, that's cooked. Beautiful, that worked great. That one's a little too crispy, so I'm gonna do just 1 minute. I think it works well. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put some cheese on here. Hopefully help melt it a bit. You'll die. Nope, that's enough. I put some down there. I put some down here. No, you're right, Gideon. She can reach it. Alright, I'm going to put some of the bacon on here. Heat that up a little bit. The bacon was already pre-cooked, so it was nice to be able to just kind of heat it up. And that muffin worked better at just doing it at 1 minute. This air fryer works fantastic. I will have this listed below if you're interested in a new air fryer. I'm absolutely in love with this one. So that cheese got a little bit of melted, and then I put some mayonnaise on the sandwich as well because we like mayonnaise on our breakfast sandwiches. And that's all it was to it. That was one tasty sandwich. We are now moving on to lunch, and I have some chicken thighs here that are marinated in a buffalo sauce. I got this for clearance at Albertsons, so I'm going to just be throwing this in the air fryer, and I'm going to be making like a buffalo chicken sandwich. I cooked this at 400. That seems to be my go-to. It seems to work pretty well. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of start it at 7 minutes. I'm still learning this air fryer, so I'm experimenting with it a lot. I do know that if you flip food, it turns out a lot better. So I cook it kind of halfway, flip it, and then we're going to cook it a little longer. It looked pretty done. It just needed to get a little bit of crispy, so I'm going to do it for 8 more minutes, and I think that turned out great. The chicken was still super juicy, but made sure it was fully cooked. I do wish I would have added a little more seasoning to it, though, besides just the buffalo stuff. So we're going to add some cheese to this, and that'll be our sandwich. I'm going to put mayonnaise on mine. You could also do ranch. That would be good. Ranch. I wish I had tomatoes. And I would put tomatoes on this as well.
Okay,
yes.
What are these?
Buffalo chicken sandwiches.
Besides, I've had a chicken sandwich for lunch today.
Did you?
Nothing else with it except for ketchup.
Nice. I bet that was good.
Oh, it was so good. I ate it whole.
Whoa.
No, I didn't. I was just kidding.
This was a really nice twist on a buffalo chicken sandwich, and I hope you give this a try. I need to be making some homemade buffalo marinade myself. For today's meal, I have some leftover queso chicken. Now this is just one piece of chicken in here. And the rest is just queso cheese. This has taco seasoning on it. So I'm going to turn this into some kind of like sauce for a pasta. And we're going to make a queso chicken pasta. So I'm just going to dice this up a bit. I made this in another video. I will have it linked below. Just one of my pantry meals that I have made. I originally saw it on Pinterest. And you just kind of make like a queso. It's like a queso chicken. It's really good. So we're going to go ahead and dice this up. Add it back in there. All right, let's add some half and half to kind of make it more of a sauce. And then I have some rigatoni and some spinach in a pot boiling. So that's going to be our starch is the rigatoni, and then add some more veggies with the spinach. I cooked a pound of rigatoni, but I'm probably just going to use half a pound because I didn't have very much chicken. Use a 9x9 pan or 8x8, whatever this is. We're going to get our pasta and our spinach in here. And then let's pour this on here. And then we'll see kind of what the consistency is and see if we need to add more stuff. Whoa. Kind of going for like a queso pasta. I think that sounds pretty good. I feel like baking it. Alright, we got it all spread out. Now let's add some Colby Jack cheese to the top. And that queso was Velveeta, so it doesn't have any actual cheese. This is cheese that I got in bulk from my local restaurant supply store. They have sales on cheese, which is really great. So I like to go there and then I just vacuum seal it because I get it in 5-pound bags, and that gets me cheese for the month at a lower cost. One of the ways that I like to save money. All right, so I'm gonna get this in a 400-degree oven for about 20 minutes. I'm going to add a little bit of freeze-dried cilantro to the top of it because it just seemed like this would fit. Cilantro and queso goes really well together. And guys, this was absolutely delicious. I need to be making a big batch of this next time because I pretty much ate all of this in 2 servings. Not going to lie, it was really good. And I hope you give this a try because this is a nice twist on some chicken queso pasta. Yum. All right, everybody, I'm going to have to open up some cheese here. Open up that cheese, put it in a container, cause we need it for our lunch. Alright, let's see. Maybe we can melt all together. Usually, you can just wiggle your, but move it around and then it breaks up. So we're gonna have cheese. I have some ranch here. Alright, so I'm gonna put down some ranch. Got a little twang to it. And then we're going to do some cheese. I think this is Monterey cheddar. Got some spinach here. And I'm going to do 2 tomatoes. And then I have some tenders here. These are the ones I get from the chef store as well. I'm going to cut them up just a little bit. So 1, they'll cool, and 2, it won't come out in one giant piece. Ooh, hot. These are really good. These were only like 13 bucks for 10 pounds. And if you do it like this where you're only eating a couple at a time and stretch it out, It makes it go even further. Ouch. Hot. Definitely cooked. All right, and then we're going to roll it. Tuck. And roll. Bacon would also be an amazing addition to this. I just used the last of my cooked bacon, so I need to cook some more up for convenience. Otherwise, there'd be bacon on this. And there we go. It'd be easier if you could sear the bottom, but this is kind of just a play on like chicken wraps, you know? Yummy.
Hey everybody, welcome back to MAMABAIRD. I'm Guinea Bird.
And tonight we're making dinner.
Tonight we're making dinner pasta.
Pasta! So we got a bit of random stuff we're gonna throw together. We got some leftover, this is called rigatoni.
Rigatoni!
Yep.
Oh, I love the rigatoni.
Yep, we got chicken. Chicken.
Smash that chicken in.
And then here,
Chickadee.
someone poured way too much ranch on the plate. Who did that?
Daddy.
So we're gonna use this ranch and mix it in with our dinner. And then we have some leftover cheese sauce from our mac and cheese. Oh, it's gonna be good. Just tell me how you really feel. All right, so we're gonna put this in here.
Yeah, so
Cheese with some ranch. Hold on. Okay, go ahead, scrape it.
Pour. Yeah.
All right, Gideon, mix that up.
Ew. I'm a chef.
Careful, don't mix it. Don't get it everywhere else.
Is that enough?
That's pretty good. Let's crumble up some chicken in there.
Is this why we wear aprons? Because we get messy?
That's right.
Oh, this is going to look good.
Is that gonna look good?
Awesome. Oh, this is how you make it. This is what they put in chicken tender sandwiches.
Yeah? We're making like chicken mac and cheese right now.
Yeah, this is...
Kind of go down and move up. Rotate. Don't stab. Fold.
I'm stabbing.
You go under. Come on. You think that's gonna be?
Make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you next time on MAMABAIRD.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Let's go over here. Okay.
Like and subscribe and comment down back on it below.
Yeah, like what kind of your favorite pasta?
What's kind of your favorite pasta? Regular mac and cheese, this one, or the real
Spaghetti.
or spaghetti, or beef one, or chili mac. Which one? Comment down in the below if you like it.
Good job, Katie. I think I'm gonna add a can of cream of mushroom because this doesn't look as creamy as I'd like.
I love what mushroom.
You love cream of mushroom?
Yeah. I had it at school one time.
Ooh. You like in school, Gideon?
Yeah, it's so delicious.
It is delicious. I love mushrooms.
Oh, it smells even better.
So you don't like the smell of chicken, but you like the smell of cream of mushroom.
That is slime in there.
There's slime in there.
Guys, we put slime in the food.
And olives. No, we really didn't.
Chicken butt kidding.
Yeah, we put chicken butt in there. Oh, subscribers, guess what? Chicken butt.
I want to keep mixing.
Okay, keep mixing.
I'm stabbing.
All right.
Now, can I do it?
Yep.
Do I just do this?
Yep.
Oh.
So we got ranch, leftover cheese sauce, cream of mushroom soup, chicken, and pasta. That looks pretty good, huh? What's with the face? Kids, man. All right, make that all flat.
Oh, flat?
Flat. Press it flat.
Alright.
Like this, you kind of take it and you push down. Oh, this looks like a nice little casserole. Chicken mac and cheese casserole.
Chicken casserole.
Alright, then we'll put some cheese on top.
Not last, but not.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We don't have to spread this, honey. It'll get stuck on the spatula.
Okay.
Alright. And then we are going to bake this at 350 degrees until bubbly.
Can we make it the sauce? Okay.
Alright, going in the oven.
Comment down below.
Alright, let's do for 30 minutes and then we'll check it.
Oh, wait.
Alright guys, here is our pasta. It is all done. I think it looks pretty good, nice and creamy. I'm glad I added that cream of mushroom soup to this. You could also add cream of chicken if you'd like. That is good as long as you know the basics of what makes a good casserole, like cream of something. Ranch was good in here. You can pretty much use whatever you have to make a delicious casserole. Well, I'd say this was a success. We're gonna eat dinner and I'll show you what I'm cooking next. For tonight's dinner, I'm gonna be making kind of like a chicken piccata. I have a can of mushrooms. I have this like sampler asparagus kit I'm gonna throw in there. And then I have some capers, some spaghetti I'm gonna be cooking. And then I have some garlic Parmesan chicken I'm gonna be cooking for it. And then we're gonna make kind of like a lemon sauce for it, and that's it. I'm just gonna sear this and then we'll add some of the goodies to it. I'm gonna put some lemon pepper seasoning on. Woo! I opened the wrong side. That's all right. Woo! Pretty seasoned there. That's all right. That's all right. It'll work out. I'm gonna add a can of mushrooms. Add some of the capers. I love capers so much. If you're wondering what a caper is, it's kind of like a salty, briny olive. It is so tasty though with lemon. And then I got a big jar, so I have some extra. Alright, so we got mushrooms, chicken, capers in there, lemon. This is asparagus, steamed and marinated, it says. One time, my husband's boss bought a bunch of like this mystery. Not this mystery. It was a like a sampler pack. I don't know. I had a bunch of like different things on it like this for Christmas. It came in a cool little basket. So I've had this for a while. So we're just going to add this to it. I love asparagus. I think this will go well. Gonna let this cook a little more. I have a little thing of wine here. I'm not really a wine drinker. So if I want to cook with wine, I get these Sutter Home small wines here. I'm going to put about half of this, which is half a cup. And that'll just help cook it a little bit, help add some flavor. We might need to add some flour to thicken it up. We'll see. I'm going to add a little bit of whole wheat flour just to kind of get that sauce thickened up. Flour is a good thickener. You could also add cornstarch if you would like. I just added probably a couple of tablespoons and we'll see how that goes over. Alright, that flour worked like a charm. The sauce is definitely thickening up a bit. We're going to let this cook just a little more. Make sure all that chicken's cooked. Get that nice and thick. Meanwhile, our spaghetti noodles are going in the pot and are going to be cooking. Alright guys, this has been cooking for a couple of minutes. The chicken's cooked. I'm kind of cutting it in half and seeing that it's completely cooked. The sauce is nice and thick. So we're going to turn this off, let it cool down a bit as we wait for our pasta. If I could only eat one dish for the rest of my life, it would be chicken piccata. I really hope you give this a try. The combination of chicken, mushrooms, capers, lemon is so good. And especially if you serve it over pasta, or you could even serve it over rice, that would be good as well. All right, on to the next dinner. I'm gonna be making burgers tonight. I was able to find this at Albertsons today. It is 3/4 Wagyu and then 1/4 ground beef. It was $4.70 and then 30% off, and it's just under half a pound. So I'm going to cook this for a husband, and then I put some of my elk and bacon burgers in some water to get them thawed, and we are going to cook these up for us. And then I have some bacon here, pretty thick cut. I'm going to try cooking this in my air fryer. Just going to go ahead and cut it right down the package here. It's my first time trying it in the air fryer. Let's cook half of this bacon. Look how roomy this is. Tons of room in here. There we go. So let's get in the air fryer.
You did good, Mama.
Good.
Now packaging things are good.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, let's cook this for 6 minutes and then we'll check it. All right, the bacon is cooking. I'm gonna go ahead and toast my buns on my grill before I cook my burgers. Buns are done. You can add butter on these if you want them a little more, I don't know, toasty. All right, I just got some bacon that kind of fell off. I'm just gonna throw it on here to season up my grill a little bit before I put the burgers on there. Here's my patty right here. I have a little bit of McCormick's steak seasoning. We're gonna put that on there. Pretty generous because as the meat cook, it kind of pushes it out some. Now, husband also likes his well done. Let me switch hands. So I might flatten this out some as well. I'm sure I'm going to squish it down with the spatula as well. So let's kind of push some of the seasoning in. Make it a little flatter. Cook. Now, if you wanted this like a medium, you could eat ground beef medium. You do not have to have it cooked all the way. So this would be a good burger to do that too. I'm just gonna smash it, mash it, stick it in a bun. There we go. Oh, working with this charm. Oh, crispy bacon. Alright, I'm gonna cook the elk patties first. These were just frozen about an hour ago. Threw in some cold water, and this meat I have already pre-seasoned. Oh, throw that on top of the bacon until that comes up. Let's give these a flip. With those sticks. Guys, look at this bacon. This is pretty crispy. This was at 8 minutes at 400. And this bacon is perfect. It's a game changer being able to cook bacon in the air fryer. I'm going to add some cheese and get these melting. I need to get like a dome top to help melt those. That'd be nice. Now I'm going to put them on a bun. I usually just do mayonnaise and ketchup for the kids. We're going to put some of our crispy slices of bacon on there. And that's the burgers that we're having tonight. So I recently got a bunch of these onions from the food bank. It was a balsamic vinegar can of onions. And they ended up being big onions. I was expecting them to be sliced. So I'm going to dice these in my food processor. Got a couple whole ones still. I think these were from a pizza shop, if I had to guess. So I'm gonna put this on. You know, I was fighting getting a food processor because I'm like, oh no, I have a blender. I don't need one, but I'm really glad I got one. All right. I happened to find this used on Marketplace. Always check Facebook Marketplace for new used appliances. right, and then we're gonna have a bunch of diced of these onions here. And so I have 1.5 cups of rice here. You can just do 1 cup as well, but I always find that I have more chicken to rice when I make this, so I'm gonna up the rice this time. And I did find a rock in the rice, so make sure you're rinsing and looking through your rice really good. One of you guys sent the kids a whole bag of like these little different types of gummies, and here's like the Coca-Cola ones. And I just want to thank you for it. Like, they've been munching on these. They have like 1 or 2 a day. We space them out and they're good little treats. So thank you very much. They really like them. Here you go, Gideon. Give them a big thank you.
Thank you.
They love getting surprises from you. All right, now usually you would do 1 raw onion. I'm gonna be adding some of the onions that I diced up here. We just did. And kind of make like a layer of it. Let's do another plop. This is gonna be oniony. Hopefully it's good. Like I said, I've never done this before, and I'm just using what I have, what I got from the food bank, to try and make a tasty meal for my family. So I got that big thing of onion. Here is the chicken that I marinated in the brine. So some of these I'm gonna take the skin off. My husband does not like the skin on. He doesn't like fat. Like, he likes the flavor, but he doesn't like eating it. I don't know. It seems like you either love it or you hate it. I love fat. I'm a fat person. Oh, what can I say? And I love it when it gets crispy. I remember my Aunt Betty. She used to eat the strip of fat off of the pork steak. She would eat it off of the grill as she was grilling. Like, she was also one of those same kind. So 2 of these I'm gonna leave the skin on, and then 3 of them I'm gonna take off, and then the skins I can save for broth later. Make sure you wash your hands really good. Take away the raw chicken container. And then I usually you can put any kind of seasoning on top. I've done Creole seasoning, and I've done like a spicy coffee rub seasoning. But today I think I'm gonna try the brown sugar. This is Kinder's. I think this will really help counteract some of that onion flavor that's in there, and the balsamic, and it's kind of sweet to the sour and vinegary of that brine. So I'm gonna put that on top. And then I have 3 cups of turkey broth here is what I'm gonna use. Some of it was frozen in the back of my fridge. That'll be fine. So just gonna pour this in here. I also have some of that balsamic vinegar brine. I'm gonna add just a splash in there. This is the marinade that came in the onions. That's what I'm talking about with this brine. That's what I marinated the chicken in, and now what I'm adding to the broth. All right, now that the juice is in there, we're gonna lift this up. Make sure some of it gets up and under the chicken. And then we're going to put this in a 400-degree oven just like this. We are not going to cover it. And I will see you in 1 hour. Alright, so it's been in there for the hour. The rice all looks cooked. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to let this sit and then we'll dish it out. Alright guys, this is what our plate looks like. Got a skin on chicken thigh. This rice is absolutely delicious. You could also make this extra creamy by adding a can of cream of something soup, and that's another option for this, or you could just use broth and have it a little less creamy. And then we have a salad here. I have tomatoes, cucumbers, cheese, pickled onions, and good old Hidden Valley Ranch. Alright, that's what we're having for dinner tonight at our house. Well guys, there's a couple of meals that I have made for my family with everyday ingredients that I have in my pantry. Thank you for spending some time with us. Don't forget about Exter. I will have all the information listed down below. They are a fantastic company, and it's a great gift for that man in your life that's kind of hard to buy for. So please go check them out. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll catch you next time on Mama Baird's. So I hope this video inspires you to get creative and get in the kitchen.